Each of us lives, dependent and bound by our individual knowledge and our awareness. All that is what we call reality. However, both knowledge and awareness are equivocal. One's reality might be another's illusion. We all live inside our own fantasies. Don't you think that's true, Sasuke?
Just what are you trying to say?
That thinking Madara is dead is merely an arbitrary assumption that you've made. In exactly the same way that you once assumed that I was your kind and gentle older brother.
This is a battle with swords, not some fistfight. As long as one of us is still breathing, then this fight's not over.
You're making this a fight to the death? Why? There's no reason!
You mean you need a reason to fight? Why don't you just accept it? You crave power, isn't that right? You enjoy fighting as much as I do. And anyone who truly loves power, loves to measure that power in battle. It's a simple fact. The question is, do we fight in order to gain more power, or do we gain more power in order to fight? I haven't figured it out yet. But who cares? Because one thing is for certain. There is no reason we should ever deny it or try to change, because we were born this way. You have always wanted to fight, and you always will. It's part of you. You do it instinctively. You have no choice but to fight. And because it's the only way to gain power. If you want to control that power, fight! Take your sword and cut down your enemies!
You've lost your weapon! Why are you just standing there? Ichigo! What's the difference between a king and his horse? What the hell are you saying? And I'm not talking about obvious stuff, like one's an animal and one's a person, or one has 2 legs and one has 4. Form, ability, and power! That's what's puzzling! If their form, ability, and power are exactly the same, why is it that one becomes the king and leads them into battle, while the other becomes the horse and carries the king? So what's the characteristic that distinguishes these 2 beings? There's only one answer. Instinct! In order for identical beings to get stronger and gain power, they need to develop a killer instinct. And that instinct is mostly forged in battle! They must develop an insatiable hunger to engage in battle. They must live to mercilessly crush, shred, and slice their enemies. This thirst for power is not an unnatural desire. In fact, it forms the very essence of our being. Deep within our body lies the honed instinct to dominate and slaughter our enemies! My friend, you don't have that! You use your brain to try and win a fight! You attempt to defeat your enemies with reason and logic. You don't tap into those pure base instincts that exist within your core, waiting to be released! And the simple matter is it doesn't work. You're weak! Ichigo! I won't put up with that. Am I clear? I don't know about Zangetsu, but I refuse to play horse to a king who's weaker than me. Someone whose uncertainty and hesitation will end up getting us both cut to pieces! If you aren't willing to assert your strength and retain the crown, then I'll destroy you. Which means I'll be king.
It seems like there's no way to stop the Uchiha